Hello everyone, Alpine Mesh here with a new episode of Kittens Game. So let's have a look what we can do here. All looks very interesting. A lot of options right now. The game is opening up. There's so many buildings we can have. First, of course, I'm gonna get a few pastures traditionally because they're almost free. Well, it's only one. Next, I would like to invest into warehouse because it's going to extend our storage and I like hoarding resources. So it's a great combination. Let's see how many we can get. So I need beams and slabs. I'm going to make beams and slabs for all the money we have. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Now, wood and minerals both require 1.5 hours to fill in, and that's a little bit more than I usually like. So that's our kind of next goal to increase the production of these resources. I'll do it a bit later when there's more resources available. And for now, I just want to spend the rest of the wood on library. Next, let's see what our scientists have researched. All right, two sciences available, civil service and engineering. I'm going to take civil service because I'm really curious to see what kittens we have and how they're doing right now. Really, it's been such difficult time for them working, getting all this catnip. I just want to see if they're all right. Let's have a look at it. Civil service. The creation of the first true state organ provides many benefits related to better management of your population, especially in herding cats. Interesting. I'll just quickly convert some of this catnip into wood. That seems enough. And now there is a new tab open, census. What we can see here, so our current leader is %, That's not the best leader for us, so I want to choose somebody with better skills. So let's see, who do we have? There's Alice Silver, Mediplate, Theo Gaze, Molly Plate, Cedar Dusk, Cassie Tails, Rika Plate, Oreo Plate, Oscar Yarn, Rio Silver. I hope I pronounced the names correctly. I would like our society to be very scientific, so let's choose a scientist. So we have a scientist. Wow, how convenient! And no other scientists. We have a bunch of chemists, so maybe we can produce some chemistry there, but it's going to be scientists leading our society, making reasonable, rational decisions. Let's see how it turns out for us. Okay, our leader is Theo Gay, scientist, rank 0. Well, we'll see. He'll probably get more experience. He'll realize how to manage people, how to do all this, governmental management stuff. And yeah, he will lead us to the brighter future with all the gadgets and scientific discoveries. Let's get there. Now I want to invest more into warehouse. So we need one beam. Let's make one. Okay, so there is another warehouse. And whatever is left, I would like to invest into the workshop. Good. Now a little bit of wood goes to the library for our scientists. And that's it for now. I'm sending hunters because it's almost, cat power is almost full. Good. And I would like to deal with this situation with iron because it's a little bit too much iron, and I will just craft a few plates. It's good enough. 1 hour 39 minutes took up, so that's good. And now let's move into the future, shall we? Let's do the usual. Unicorn pasture, then sending hunters. Now, the interesting thing is what is there in the science tab. There are two sciences available, engineering and currency. Engineering is the science, or art perhaps, of designing complex materials, structures, devices, and systems. Currency represents a certain amount of wealth, can significantly boost your development in indirect ways. I was thinking which one is the best for us right now, up until the point when I realized we've got enough signs for both. So I'll just go for both. Nice. Engineering unlocks aqueducts, and aqueducts allow us to produce more catnip. Great. And then we can turn this catnip into more wood, which is also great. But currency is so much more interesting because it allows us to make gold and trade with other nations. Do you remember this trading tab, which we couldn't use? Now we will be able to use it. So I'm happy about this too. Of course, I'm gonna build an aqueduct first because it's a fancy new building. You can see right now that we have a lot of catnip production. So we don't necessarily need to develop aqueducts, and we can spend minerals in some other way. And obviously convert some catnip into wood. Maybe even more because it's summer. And now, before I forgot to do it, I want to get some gold ore production. Oh, look at that. Well, it's not very impressive, but I'm guessing we can improve that later. I'll get another barn because I want to make sure we have as much storage as possible. What do we need for the warehouse? We can get another one for sure. The warehouse. Then I want to invest into workshops, make solar crafts much more efficient, and build another log house for the kittens, maybe even 2. And the new kitten is going to work as a miner. And since I have another free kitten, we will have another woodcutter. Let's see if there is any more buildings available. I think it's good for now. I will convert the remaining resources into beams, slabs, and plates. I would like to talk about happiness. Happiness is such a basic human need. It's just what you need to be content with your life. You just want to be happy, at least sometimes. So necessary, and yet in so many places we fail to achieve that in our society. There is so much progress, but people are not feeling this happiness. It's not making us happy. It's so worrying. And in the kitten society, it seems to be the same issue. If you look here, that's the happiness. And it's only 86%. And when kittens are not happy, they're not working so well. They just can't do it. They're sad. They can't put so much effort into work, which is bad for me because I want them to work every second. So let's talk about things that can make them happier, so we can benefit from that and exploit their happiness to our greatest benefits. So first thing that is possible to do is to send hunters. Let's look at the numbers here. Now we send hunters and we get furs and ivory. When we have furs and ivory, our happiness goes up. So they are pretty, they also want to have luxury items. They want to have ivory, they want to have furs. I don't know why exactly these items, because my understanding of kittens that live here in this world is that they can't really use any of that, but these kittens are different. These kittens are from another dimension, I would say, probably parallel, maybe not parallel, maybe even perpendicular dimension to our reality, if that makes any sense. It sounds scientific, at least I like the word perpendicular. So now it's 106 and our production goes up. So that's a limited thing because we can send our hunters from time to time, but we cannot sustain it really well yet. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do it later. And for dealing with the happiness issue, there are other means. For example, we have writing. writing, however basic it sounds to us right now, is a huge development for a civilization. So let's look at it. Writing is the art of recording information on material. Writing can influence general happiness and cultural progress of your civilization, which is very true. Writing uses less ink than paw prints. I have no idea what it means, but sounds nice. All right, and let's get it then. Okay, writing unlocks amphitheaters. Amphitheaters, oh my god, that's so difficult to pronounce. Amphitheaters. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Anyway, so what it gives us, let's go back here, amphitheaters here. It gives us unhappiness reduction. Literally, if we build many of the amphitheaters, we can decrease our unhappiness, therefore increase happiness, therefore have higher production, and we don't need so many furs and ivory to keep people happy to perform at 100% or maybe 120%, which is of course much better. But we need parchment, so it's not exactly immediately available to us. And there is also an interesting deadlock because we need furs to make parchments. But as soon as we get furs, our kittens start consuming them to get more happy. So the question is, how do we get enough furs in the first place so that we can build amphitheater, which will make our kittens more happy? Next thing I would like to address is our minerals. They're at their max and therefore we need to spend them somewhere. So the first thing I would like to buy is a trade post. So one thing it does, it improves trade effectiveness, which means we're gonna get more out of our trades. But another thing, it reduces the rare resource consumption by 4%, which means that our kittens will consume furs and ivory slower, which means they will be productive more. So it's a great thing also for the happiness issue. And then obviously I would like to get a workshop, maybe 2, maybe even 3 of them, which makes our total craft effectiveness plus 54%. It means that we'll get half more of any craft that we would get normally without the workshop. And also, I noticed that our catnip production is not really keeping up because it slowly goes down. So what I would like to do is to build another log house, which will give us another kitten, and then I will assign the kitten to the farmer job. So now we are producing minus 5.28 catnip per second. And after getting a farmer, we're making plus 2.51 catnip per second. That's a nice improvement. Let's look at the workshop. And here is another nice thing to help us with the happiness. This bolus throwing weapon made of heavy stone weights, your hunters are twice as effective, which means that we get twice the amount of cat power in the same time, which means we can provide much more furs, and potentially we can solve the issue with not being able to build an amphitheater, and then it's gonna just be so nice. Well, maybe I'm being a bit delusional about it. It's never really so nice with this game because like every time you solve any of your issues, you create another issue which you need to solve. So it's not going to be nice, but it's going to be another problem to solve, which is more interesting than solving the same problem all the time. And the last thing I want to look at now is the policies tab. So what it means is that we have a special, I would call them perks for our society, which we can use or choose to use or select or whatever. I don't know. We can pick any of them where we have available resources. But some of them, for example, if they have exactly the same value, for example, Science 2000, they will be mutually exclusive, which means we can get only one of them. And here I have the option of strip mining, clear cutting. Let me just read a bit what these policies are. So liberty, good for societies focused on happiness, increases the effect happiness has on kitten production. This will affect what policies are available in the future. So it gives us kitten production from happiness. I don't really know what it means. Tradition, good for culture-oriented societies, reduces manuscript price and increases their effect. This will affect what policies are available in the future. So culture from manuscripts plus 100%, manuscript parchment cost -5. So basically it's like make them cheaper to craft, and they will give more culture. All right. Diplomacy. Build good relationship with your neighbors, making trades cheaper in terms of cat power. Cat power trade discount is 5. So, usually we need to spend 50, so it's going to be 45 per trade. It means that it's really, if we depend on trade most of the time, that would be a good choice. Isolationism. Engage in protectionism of all types, making trades cheaper in terms of gold. Gold trade discount 1. So either we can have cheaper cat power or cheaper gold, and I think cat power is pretty easy to get, so gold might be a better choice for now. Strip mining. Decapitate the hills in an effort to improve your mineral production. Sounds a little bit brutal. Unhappiness -2, which is a bit confusing because -2 unhappiness, I would understand that it would increase happiness because unhappiness is the opposite of happiness. So if we decrease unhappiness, then we increase happiness. But I think what it actually means is that we have -2% of happiness. Minerals production bonus, that's nice. Pollution production 5%. Pollution is something I'm not really familiar with. I haven't played with it, but I'm very curious how it will work out for us. I guess we have to do something about it when it starts affecting the kittens. Clear cutting. Totally destroy the forest in an effort to improve your wood production. Well, that's not a really nice thing. You can look at Iceland. That is not something you want to do. Unhappiness -2. Yeah, exactly the same. Wood production bonus, pollution. So they're similar. Just one gives you more minerals and another gives you more wood production, but both of them have severe disadvantages. Environmentalism. Preserve the natural beauty of your village, slightly improving kittens' happiness. Happiness bonus 3, pollution production -5. All right, so basically what we can do one of these two, clear cutting or strip mining, and then we can get environmentalism. Oh my god, so difficult to pronounce it. And we'll get back our pollution, so it will be 0, and happiness actually is going to increase to 1. All right, so since we already have quite a lot of minerals production going on, so I will invest into clear cutting. Unfortunately, we're gonna cut all our trees. It's very sad. But you gotta do what you gotta do. There's no other choice for us. We need to move fast. The history is not gonna wait for us. So let's get the clear cutting. Yes, I am sure it is my decision. All right, wood production is quite nice. I like it. Oh, that's the thing. Well, I don't like it so much anymore. I made a terrible mistake. These 3 were mutually exclusive. I didn't think about it. Oh my god. Well, such is life. Mistakes were made, but we'll just roll with it. Now, as usual, I want to get a workshop, then I want to get a unicorn pasture, then convert whatever resources we have into beams, slabs, and plates, and get another warehouse. All right, I think we're settled here. Let's send the hunters and run into the future.